Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
State governments in the Niger Delta have been called upon to pay more attention to rising unemployment rates in Niger's oil-rich region. The call was made by various categories of professionals in reaction to annual reports of the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), which have in the last 6 years classified some oil-rich states in the Niger Delta as states with the highest unemployment rates in the country.
The Niger Delta is the major reservoir of Nigeria's crude oil and gas resources and is richly endowed with many other natural resources. The region is inhabited by some 30 million people, most of whom ironically live in abject poverty. In the Niger Delta, poverty is fueled by widespread unemployment as most communities continue to lose their sources of livelihood to environmental degradation. Over the years, the narrative has been poverty in the midst of plenty, a situation that constantly gives rise to spells of social unrest and insecurity in the region. In 2018, the National Bureau of Statistics reported that oil-rich Akwa Ibom State had the highest unemployment rate of 37.7% in the country, followed by Rivers, Bayelsa and Abia states with 36.4%, 32.6% and 31.6% in that order. According to the Federal Office of Statistics, unemployment rate in the Niger Delta rose from 32% in the third quarter of 2018 to 37% in 2020. A professor in the Education Faculty of the University of Port Harcourt, AKUGHA, wants state governments to reverse the trend by implementing the right policies to create jobs in the Niger Delta.
There are primary schools, I'm talking about River State, in River State where there are just 4 teachers. 2 teachers and the headmaster, and people are roving on the street with qualification. It takes the right policy and the right person to generate employment. It takes political will to generate employment. It takes decision to generate employment. So once you don't do that, you address shadows.
The spike in unemployment rates across the Niger Delta is generally attributed to the deindustrialized state of the economy, which began with the Warri crisis of 1997 and the consequent outbreak of violence in other parts of the region. Professor Kbe and Tomitu Bogberenyi, a Port Harcourt resident, urged state governments in the region to rise to the occasion.
Almost all the oil companies migrated to Lagos, so that escalated the issue of unemployment the more. So indeed, it is a very, very serious problem in the Niger Delta.
What of the Port Harcourt refinery? What of Warri refinery that employ thousands of our people? What are they doing today? Those things have been killed so that bunkering can take place.
In 2012, governors of 6 states comprising the South-South geopolitical zone, which is Nigeria's oil belt, met in Asaba, the Delta State capital, to formally launch the BRACED Commission in an attempt to deepen regional economic integration and diversification. The BRACED Commission was aimed at combining economic resources and ideas to stimulate production, trade and investment in all sectors of the regional economy, generate employment and reduce poverty and tension in the Niger Delta. Unfortunately, the founding governors of the BRACED Commission failed to implement an otherwise laudable policy on account of their colliding interest in the politics of 2015. Not much was done by their successors to revive the BRACED Commission. After serving out their first term of 4 years in office, with the exception of Bayelsa State Governor Doyediri, who took the mantle of leadership in February 2020, incumbent South-South governors met in Asaba, the Delta State capital, where they resolved to establish a common security network and revive the moribund BRACED Commission. The resolution was made known by Chairman of the South-South Governors Forum, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State.
We have decided to restart the BRACED Commission and to ensure that we provide the necessary logistics for them to function properly, because the BRACED Commission, as established, is to help us look into issues of regional economy and the needs to develop our region collectively, instead of working as individual states.
Over 2 years after the Asaba meeting, The South-South governors are yet to establish the common security network as promised. Neither have they made any attempts to revive the moribund-braced commission, which was conceived by their predecessors in office to promote economic growth and reduce rising unemployment rates in their respective states. A one-time commissioner of information in Bayelsa State, Inuro Wales, insists that the braced commission should not be allowed to die, as it remains a special purpose vehicle for sustainable economic development in the South-South geopolitical zone.
A working collaboration between the Niger Delta state governments, braced commission, properly funded, properly staffed, and NDDC on a sustained basis, working on a master plan for the development of the region will transform the region.
Right now, most of the South-South governors and their counterparts in other states comprising the Niger Delta region are engrossed in the politics of 2023. Again, the laudable intention of the braced commission is about to bite the dust. And with the benefit of hindsight, there is no guarantee that their successors will toe a different path to offer the people a new lease of life. In the event of repeated administrative neglect in the Niger Delta, there is a high possibility that unemployment and poverty will be perpetuated in a region where previous ad hoc measures have failed to improve the lots of the people. The onus is on the present crop of governors to resolve the crisis at hand before leaving office in 2023.
Inside the Niger Delta,